Hi Earthlings. So I've been chipping away at my hair again, but hopefully I've stopped now. Now I just want to, we're talking about 2024, the year of the wood dragon. And as I said in my last video, I'm trying to find the history of Pandora, which is very difficult to find because she is pre-flood. Now I found out that the flood happened and then the Bronze Age began after that, and Osiris was one of the Yellow Emperor in China, who dug out a lot of channels to stop the flooding through the Yangtze River. Osiris himself as well was in an area that was flooded after the flood. Now, okay, so I found here Isfet. This is the Egyptian mythology. Isfet, meaning to do evil, injustice, violence, was to be overcome by Ma'at, harmony, balance. That which is difficult, evil, troublesome is to be overcome by good, to replace disorder with order and disunity with unity. Osiris was first appointed to achieve Ma'at, which means he had to keep and protect justice by destroying Isfet. When Isfet arises, humanity disintegrates. Disintegration was unacceptable because it separated mankind from the cosmic order of prosperity on earth. I didn't write it down, but I think it's from the Book of the Dead. Those who destroy the lie promote Ma'at. Those who promote the goodness will erase the evil. As a full belly casts out appetite, as clothes cover nudity, as the sky clears after a storm. Now Osiris believed in Ma'at as the opposing force to the chaotic Isfet in order to create balance. Remembering that we're in the Libra and Aries axis opposing each other. The Libra is fate, the Aries is destiny. So balance, Libra balance as well. So here we are. Now, to prevent Isfet from spreading, Osiris performed rituals that at defined intervals to preserve the balance by Ma'at against the threatening force of Isfet. The feather of Ma'at determines whether the inner star child in our heart becomes a cymatic frequency in the cosmic heavens. Our conscience is weighed by truth, justice, and harmony against our ethics. Oh, I put that there, our ethics, but our ethics are important. So what are your ethics? Something to think about. I am going to repeat. I have divided the year of the dragon into stages. So the stages of development, I called them, and we have a 2-month stage. So every 2 months we have a stage. The first stage is by being sensitive to conditions and doing things in the right order. One develops more influence. Time itself becomes the means to make real what has only been potential before this moment. Persevere in doing each and everything in the right order, and you will flourish when your creative power works through you. Success means making the right moves at the right time. Be confident in your ability to be successful. Absorb wise advice. Align yourself with it. So that's for the first 2 months after the year of the Chinese zodiacal year begins. The second stage, your influence is growing. All things begin small, but now we take a wider perspective and our best strategy becomes clear. It is not time to make great changes yet. Keep developing your creative powers. Stage 3, a clear choice comes to us. We can either expand or go dormant. The choice is yours. Engage or withdraw. Consider the long-term consequences of any action you choose to take, paying careful attention to all possible outcomes. 2 months later is stage 4. Respect deepens. You may feel lonely, but influential people recognize your talent. Take advice only from those you respect. When leaders unite as peers, their power is multiplied. Those who belong together come together. Take into consideration those under your influence. 2 months after that, relax and recharge your creative potentials, furthering the great work of transformation. Dragon is all about transformation. Evolving through the faithful devotion of your works without exceeding the proper limit. Maintain strong connection with your intuition. The last stage, stage 6, the last 2 months. Overpower your ego by being realistic, or our ego will create chaos. Do the best you can, but never ever think that you are better than anyone else. Don't lose your head, or you will lose your leadership position. An extremely momentous situation will come. Unbalanced power is doomed to failure and exhaustion. Okay, so that's going to be the 6 stages that we go through in the year of the dragon. Now also, next year we're going to have 2 full moons in the zodiacal house of Capricorn. So, Capricorn is also the 4 leadership or cardinal leadership houses are Capricorn, Aries, Cancer, and Libra. So last year we had 2 full moons in Cancer, which is why I'm saying to you all, our mood is predominantly important for the starting phase of this leadership cycle in the eclipse cycle that we're in now of Aries and Libra. So we have 2 full moons in Capricorn. Now, I see the zodiacal house of Capricorn as a plateau. The plateau, to me, is what was the giant trees in the time before the flood. They seem to have been just slashed. Some of them look very, very straight on top, like as if they've been cut. Anyway, so this year of 2024, the year of the dragon, the wood dragon, we are at the plateau of our life's work. Castles or fortresses were built upon plateaus, and they were cut from that same bedrock. This tells us that 2024 is about our work reputation, the definition of our good works, the integrity of what we are building. Is it solid in its purpose? That is a question that we ask our ego, to keep our ego in line. We are building upon a firm foundation rooted in earth wisdom. We are building boundaries that give our emotions a safe container. The information is about understanding the interconnectedness in what we are working on, our highest priority. We are restoring, preserving, make all necessary alterations. Year of the dragon is the yang active year of the shift. Everyone's been talking about the shift, and I think the dragon of transformation, himself called Dam, is what is going to be called the shift. Make room for the alignment of who you are becoming and what is truly important in your heart. Be responsible. Build your system and make your rules all about you. Yet, make sure your decisions are for the benefit of all and provide a service to others as a unified, common unity community. This is going to be a very big year, and this is why I'm starting it early and doing a lot of things that I'm doing now. Now remember, I said that on the 10th of February, when the year of the wood dragon begins, it's been 60 years since the last wood dragon. So the lunar node of fate is at the 18-degree point, and the Libra, and we have Lord Shiva is in conjunction with the portal, the door, and the fate of the lunar node of destiny is at the 18th degree in the zodiacal house of Aries, and we have Pandora conjunct the opened door. So people call them points in the sky. The lunar nodes are faint points in the sky, but they're not points in the sky, because we know that because the moon turns red. And sometimes we see the shadow pass over the sun. So just stay with me on this. Okay, so Pandora was pre-flood, but Deucalion and Pyrrha was the daughter of Pandora, and she was after the flood. Also Protogenia, great name. They are both asteroids as well. Deucalion, of course, was one of the humans who was saved after the flood, not Noah, who was a giant, okay? So Noah was a giant, but Deucalion, Pyrrha, and then in the future Progenia and Thea were humans, earthlings, not from the family of Adam, not from the line of the psychopaths, from another line, the line that was first created of earthlings pre the time when Adam, poor guy, got taken to the gene splicing garden facility in Eden, which is by the Red Sea, by the entrance of the Red Sea, which is also where Set was. Now, interestingly, I said this before, but Seti the First, his tomb was found, and I'm thinking that he could be, because that was the time of Osiris after the flood also, so there's some connection there between the psychopaths and the original earthlings. Okay, so yeah, it's a big year next year. I'm sure we're all going to make it. Now, being the year of leadership, and like I said as well, Aries is a fire sign, so it's going to be about our soul, and Libra is an air sign, so it's going to be about our spirit, that is our breath. And I just want to add two things. There's going to be a lot of things going on, like the Epstein flight logs being released, and there's a shitload going on in Hollywood and the music industry. So if you see photos of people doing this actually, that means that they're Illuminati, and the other Illuminati sign is this pointed finger, and they do it to each other, and I think it means homosexuality, but I'm not exactly sure on it. I'm just observing, because they don't give us that general knowledge. You have to look at photos and find things out, but I just noticed it primarily. There's a shitload of them. And so I just want to say that we've got also, I think, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but it's possible that there's a lot of people that have made mistakes. They made the wrong choice, and it primarily seems like a masculine energy. So, okay, poor guys, you made a wrong choice, and I know how hard that is, and I really, really, really sat down on my ass when I made a choice that was wrong. I was afraid to make another choice because I was just so scared, because I'd sort of made a choice not really thinking. Okay, so be really consciously aware about what it is that your heart wants. It's not the money. It's not about the big house. It's not about how many cars that you can have in your garage, because you can obtain all those things and you might still be unhappy. So you need to really think about what's your heart's desire. And I know that it's a tricky one, especially for men, because they think that their heart's desire comes in physical, like it has to be like this height and this color and this shape, but it actually doesn't. It comes from an energy, and that energy is a frequency, and that frequency is love. And although you might desire and lust and things like this and feel emotive from that, I want you to also know that love is the strongest feeling, and it's the only way we're going to make it through. And you know how scared I am of it, because I've already told you in another episode of one of my old videos. It's from a few years ago, and I was trying to explain it. So anyway, remember the dam is the reservoir. The reservoir is the container, and interestingly, we are restoring, and the reservoir is a place of storage, and also that's the dam, of course, remembering that our dragon is called Dam. And there was another cool word that I saw here. We are building boundaries that give our emotions a safe container. That too reminds me of Dam, because resource. Dams, barriers, impound water for the purpose of storage or control, becoming a resource that stops us feeling drained. Feel the abundance of ease, peace, and compassion. It's going to be a tricky year for some people, but I really want everybody to focus on their mood, because the mood is the Cancer 2 full moons that I was explaining to you before, and we don't want to get overridden or perhaps flooded with a mood. We, I don't know how to explain this so clearly yet. Let's say you're driving along the road and you've been with a psychopath or something in a previous relationship, and you say to the person that you're in the car with, "Oh, can you just tell me, have we passed such and such yet? How far do we have to go?" You want just a quick check while you're driving along the road yourself. And the person beside you goes all stupid and says something radical like, "Oh, if you're taking the road that I wanted you to take, blah, blah, blah," and goes off on a complete tangent, and it's nothing about where we're at now. Now, that is triggering to me, because I've been gaslit before, and it can be very, very scary. So when it happens again, it's another person, they're not a psychopath, they're just in a mood. That's what I'm trying to say here about a mood. You must, just like, even if you stop the car, just take a deep breath, take a second to say, Lord, just help me calm down. I'm feeling a little scared right now. I know it's not reality. I know it's from a past thing. Just help me ask the right question. And then ask the question again after you've felt what is the way to ask it, formulate, and then you'll find that you will get an answer. The answer might be phone a friend. It could be anything at all, but you must breathe. Okay, so that's my tip, and I love you all. It's going to be a really big year. It's not a challenging year. It's a year where we are going to use our energy, our yang, active, creative force. Not only are we, but others are going to be unconsciously doing it as well. They might be running off their ego, and if they are running off their ego, all sorts of chaos might ensue, which is why I mentioned about Ma'at and the balance. So I hope you gained some insight by listening to this. And what do you think of my hair? Hopefully that is the end of me chip chopping. and I can give it the chance to grow again. Okay, much love, ka kite, and talk to you soon.